There you are. Prince Azar and the others are gathering at Vinutilmo Palace. You are needed. Prince Azar has summoned the Stirk Fellowship champions to Vinutilmo Palace. He wants to discuss our next course of action in light of your recent discoveries about the worm cult's plans. He would like you to be there. I refer to the Gift of Death and Vonus Galerian's warning about worm cult activities in Eastern Solstice. Prince Azar does not see a way to overcome the worm cult as matters stand, but these are things we shouldn't discuss in a public square. I am not sure the prince himself knows yet. He wants to hear from all the leaders of the Stirk Fellowship before he decides, but I imagine the first item of discussion is the Gift of Death and what to do with it. Can you help, champion?
While you were searching Vosga Shrine, Gabrielle told me of your communication with Vonus Galerian. Soul Reapers feeding the Writhing Wall? A new plane meld? The situation on Solstice is worse than I thought, but I might have an idea. Thanks to you, we now have something Wormblood wants, the Gift of Death. As long as we hold it, his plans remain unfulfilled. Returning Manamarco to life, expanding the Writhing Wall, whatever he needs it for. That gives us a degree of influence. Wormblood needs the gift, and we have it. We can use that to lead him to a spot of our choosing. This provides us one advantage, an advantage I believe we must seize with all due haste. Will you help me turn the Gift of Death against the Worm Cult? We have the relic Wormblood seeks. What do we do with it?
He has Manamarco's body. We cannot allow Wormblood to bring him back.
Smash the damn thing. We got no use for it.
We have something else, too. Raz snatched this key from Wormblood during our struggle.
A key? Let me see that. Aha! Why am I not surprised Raz went through Wormblood's pockets? I recognize the crest on this key. I noticed it on a crypt by a ruined estate. Corelanya Manor, if I'm not mistaken. I passed by the place when I first arrived on Solstice. Not at the time. It's a rather impressive mausoleum of ancient high elf architecture, centuries old. I imagine some of Regent Corinway's ancestors are laid to rest there. I think you'd better look into it. One can't take on necromancers without poking around in a tomb or two. Take the key and investigate Corelanya Crypt. Find out why Wormblood was interested in the place. In the meantime, I'll take a closer look at the Gift of Death. Corelanya Crypt lies south of Sunport. Take someone along to help you. Scordo should do. And be careful, friend. The ancient Corelanyas were necromancers too. The worm cult might not be the only danger in that tomb. Necromancers are always interested in the dead, friend. But Wormblood's orders to Farinor mentioned that he was looking for the Gift of Death's location. My guess is that he went to Corelanya Crypt in search of information. Possibly, but the place could still be dangerous. You might run into spirits disturbed by worm cult activity. Some necromancers take care not to anger the dead with their rituals, not the worm cult.
I'll meet you at the crypt, pal. We'll find whatever it is we're supposed to find there. I heard. Gabrielle volunteered me to go poke around in some dusty old tomb. Let's get it over with. If luck turns our way, maybe we'll find some hint about the worm cult's next move, whatever it turns out to be. Can't let you have all the fun. I'm getting tired of waiting around Sunport. It'll feel good to tear into some necromancers and smash a few skeletons. If we keep them busy enough, maybe they'll forget all about the Gift of Death. I think the little prince is a bit too clever for his own good. Oh, I like Azar. He's a good leader, and someday he'll make a good king. But if the worm cult needs that creepy old relic for something, why keep it around? The name says it all, pal. Nothing good can come from something they call the gift of death. That's necromancer talk if I ever heard it. Let's just get rid of it. We can find another way to beat the worm cult. I get it. The people here are in danger and someone's got to protect them. But the other champions have been out there bashing heads and saving regents. I ain't really holding up the Daggerfall Covenant's end so far. Do I look like the kind of person who cares about shining? Someone else can play hero. I'm just a pain in the arse. But I came to Solstice to fight, and I'm about ready to go find one.
None of my kin have been brought to the Crypt of Regents in decades. I am afraid I can tell you little about what you may find inside. The rulers of House Corelanya and their close relatives. My father, Nirn, lies there, as do all the regents since Vinutilmo. Before him, the crypt was reserved for the kinlords of our house, with the exception of Istamil, the last kinlord. For one thing, there was nothing to bury. Istamil was incinerated in the dark fane where he had taken refuge. His reign was short and cruel. He was a tyrant, with ambitions of restoring House Corelanya to the power it wielded in ancient times. My ancestors once ruled a mighty realm in Hammerfell, sustained by necromancy and dark Daedric pacts. Kinlord Istamil believed those methods could restore us to glory. Fortunately, Vinutilmo ended his madness. That is not who we are anymore.
Good luck with the Corelanya crypt, Five Claw. This one will keep his ear to the ground and see if he can learn anything more about the worm cult's next move.
I will guard Gabriel in the gift of death. If Wormblood tries to take it from us, he'll get nothing but my blade. Watch yourself in Corelanya Crypt, my friend. I wish you did not have to venture into such a place. My people hold a deep reverence for the dead. Necromancy that desecrates our ancestors is abhorrent. Yet even so, many Red Guards would rather be cut down by what a necromancer summons than raise a hand against the sacred dead. I reserve my hatred for the necromancers who force me to do the unthinkable. The dead enslaved in their own remains? I have only pity for them. And I console myself with the thought that I am not fighting my own ancestors. I will guard Gabriel in the gift of death.
Go investigate the crypt, my friend. I'll stay here and keep watch in case Wormblood comes looking for his prize. Impressive aura, my tusk. Show her an impressive aura.
Hey, pal. I haven't gone in yet, but it looks like someone's been here. I hate crypts. Why is it I always have to go into one for some tusking reason or another? Smashing skulls, screaming back at wraiths. Can't stand it. The dead ought to stay dead. Some faint boot prints on the steps of the mausoleum. Scuff marks, too. That door's been opened recently. Of course, I guess we knew that already since Wormblood had the key in his pocket. Your guess is as good as mine, but even if they aren't, They might have riled up the dead in this place. When you've been in as many crypts and tombs as I have, you get a feel for that sort of thing. Well, no point putting it off. Come on, let's get this over with.
To run away? Well, no, I guess it wouldn't. Maybe they should try that.
Look at this place. Elves sure build fancy tombs. Downstairs, pal. Think we found something. And it don't look good.
Be gone! I have nothing more to say to you, necromancer.
Someone in that tomb's been talking to Wormblood. Disable that barrier and we might learn something. Careful there. They weren't fooling around.
I am here, curse you! What else do you... Wait... You are not Wormblood. Who are you?
Bet this old spirit can tell us what Wormblood wanted with him.
Is this some new ruse? A trick to win my confidence after Wormblood drew my soul from the afterlife and compelled me to speak? I will tell you no more than I told your master. Unless... wait... You are no follower of the Black Worm. Yes, he bound me with this crystal and tormented me, questioning me about the location of a relic from ancient times, glorious times, the gift of death, stolen long ago, yet I found it. Alas, Wormblood wrested the secret from me. The gift of death can recall to life any departed soul, at the cost of a willing sacrifice. A life for a life. Whom Wormblood would bring back or sacrifice, I do not know. But the gift is also the key to great power. There is a secret place in Eastern Solstice. Wormblood found it and draws upon its power. That is why his necromancy is so strong. Yet with the gift of death, he could unlock its full might. Now, I must ask a favor of you. You make a good point. Very well. It is called Mor Naril, an ancient temple Molag Bal's servants built to harvest souls departing the mortal plane. The forces of light defeated Mor Naril and silenced its heart. but the gift could wake it. Wormblood left a focus in this chamber, the ghost-willed crystal before you. It pins me in this plane, and allowed him to project himself here when he wished to question me. Take it with you when you go, and I will be free. The gift is ancient beyond reckoning. When my ancestors ruled in Hammerfell, their explorers found it hidden in Solstice's Daedric ruins. It became an heirloom of House Corelanya, a mighty relic that could bestow a life for a life. Someone willing. My ancestors found that threats or compulsion did not work. Yet there was a cost. The soul sacrificed with the gift was simply gone. Trapped in the relic, banished to some grey void, or destroyed entirely, no one could say. When my people turned on their kinlord, they hid the gift. They could not trust themselves to leave it buried, so they asked the Argonian death dancers to hide it. I only learned where after decades of searching. I died before I could retrieve it. My time was long ago. I was cousin to both the last kinlord of House Corelanya and the upstart who deposed him. Kinlord Istamil revived the ways of our ancestors in Hammerfell to maintain power, but Tilmo feared our own heritage. Our people had all but forgotten our gift for necromancy. Istamil reforged the ancient pacts with our Daedric patrons and revived the practice. Yet some of our own kin resisted the Kinlord's commands. All Solstice was divided. I served as advisor to the Kinlord, but Tilmo was victorious. After Istamil's fall, our people turned from the old ways. I was forced into hiding, and spent the rest of my days seeking a way to reverse our loss, such as the gift of death. Peace once again.
Gabrielle's going to want to see that crystal. She's probably holed up in the Regent's study with the gift of death.
There you are. Scordo told me a little about the crypt. Let's compare notes. I examined the gift of death, and I must say I've never seen anything quite like it. It's Daedric in origin, that much is clear. Now what exactly did you learn in the crypt? I suspected something like that. No Daedric gift comes without a price. Given the Worm Cult's efforts to bring Mannimarco's remains here to Solstice, I think we know whom they intend to bring back. What else did you learn? That explains much. Why the Worm Cult came to Solstice, where the Reapers send stolen souls, how they raised the Writhing Wall, sever that connection, and we can defeat Wormblood. The blessed bell we found at Meridia's temple could do it. By sending him to the Colored Rooms, Wormblood would be vulnerable in Meridia's realm. Prince Azaz suggested using the gift of death as bait. Now I know where we need Wormblood to be. The old temple courtyard. But how do we reach him? Perfect. I can reverse the connection to summon his projection. Place the crystal over there. We need a plausible bargain. Offer Wormblood the gift of death for Vanus Galarian. Insist on meeting in the temple courtyard for the exchange.
I hoped the gift might serve as bait. I just wasn't sure what kind of trap we needed. Go on, comrade.
Place your crystal there, and let's see if we can reach Wormblood.
You again? This is an unwelcome surprise.
Dug your way out? Pity. This one hoped you were still squashed under a building.
Charming. What can I do for the so-called Stirk Fellowship? I left their projection crystal in a corelanya crypt. A mistake, perhaps. No doubt Arvoril told you about our conversations. And the gift of death. So why have you summoned me? I see little point in bargaining. You know my power. It is only a matter of time before I take the gift of death. But I'll play along. What do you expect me to offer in trade? Clearly, you are acquainted with Galarian. Still, your offer is interesting. Very well then. Bring the gift of death to the writhing wall. My servants will bring you across. I will be waiting for you with the Archmage. A crumbling ruin dedicated to an uncaring mistress. As you wish. We will meet at the old temple. But if you deal falsely with me, my forces will descend upon Sunport and slaughter everyone within its walls. It is well within my power. It is arranged. Do not keep me waiting.
We won't. Well done, friend. That was rather exhausting. Anyway, nicely done. I wasn't sure Wormblood would agree to meet on our terms, but you convinced him. You should head to Broken Light Courtyard. I'll finalize plans with Prince Azah and meet you there. We'll gather all the forces we can, but we must make haste. We have to set our trap and conceal it before Wormblood arrives. He will certainly be on his guard, which means you must be ready for a fight.
This is the result of your own impatience, Vanessa.
Oh, it just smelled so good. I couldn't wait.
Go aid me, Lady Meridia. Help me find what I seek.
Nothing here. I need to get inside. Traveler, please, join my sacred mission.
We're almost ready, friend. Prince Azah will tell you how you can help.
Stop fussing over the bells, Gordo. It is fine.
Any sign of Wormblood yet? No? I suspect he is not far off. Let us hope he does not detect Gabrielle's preparations. Which reminds me, you have a special place in our plan. You're the linchpin of our plan. We restored the temple bell and put it in place above the gate. Strike it at the right moment, and it will create a powerful pulse of Meridia's light. Gabrielle will use that to trap Wormblood. Strike the bell when Gabrielle begins to cast. That will send the courtyard and everyone in it to the colored rooms. We must protect each other in there. I'll guard Gabrielle. Speak with the representatives and choose one to team up with. There is a mallet on the landing above. Choose a champion to stand with you and take it when you get into position. If Wormblood surprises us with some unexpected trick, you may need a stout comrade at your side. Gabrielle tells me you found her in this courtyard when you first arrived in Solstice. Vaughnus Galerian's staff drew her to this old temple. It reminded her that Meridia could be a powerful ally against the worm cult. An old scroll described how Meridia's followers used the bell to visit the colored rooms. Striking the bell opens the way to Meridia's realm. Gabrielle will modify that, however. When you ring the bell, her spell will give Wormblood a push. Gabrielle believes Meridia's influence will prevent that. It is easier to get into a Daedric prince's realm than it is to leave, especially against her will. But we should act swiftly once we spring our trap. We don't want him to escape. Only as bait, comrade. I would have preferred not to bring the gift of death at all. No reason to let Wormblood get close to it. But he may have a way to sense whether we brought it, so Gabrielle has the gift with her.
This one has seen that you need a little help in a fight, Five Claw. Still, we make a good team. Raz would be happy to help you kill Wormblood. Again. This time for good, yes? Is that really that tough a decision, Five Claw? Raz is Raz. The sparkle of Queen Irene's eye and the most adored agent of the Dominion. Let Raz distract and annoy Wormblood, while you sneak up close and land the killing blow. Raz has a reputation to uphold. This one has at least a few of his 9 lives to spare. Everyone expects him to gamble with one from time to time. Trust in Raz. When Wormblood falls by your hand, Raz will make sure everyone knows it.
I heard Prince Azar suggest pairing up. There is wisdom in his words. I have some talent with both fire magic and healing spells. I suspect both may be useful in the trials ahead. I am ready to do my part, whatever it may be. This is not the first time I have traveled to a Daedric realm for a fight. The worm cult is a blight that must be burned out, root and branch. I will not spare the flame. Interesting how the worm cult brings out such sentiments in people. If this is personal for you, I will do my best to leave Wormblood to you. But I make no promises, my friend. One necromancer looks a lot like any other to me.
Can't believe I'm doing this again. What am I thinking? Strolling into some Daedric realm to chase damned necromancers. Well, here's hoping the colored rooms is nicer than Cold Harbor. Hated that place. Not a bad idea. You know what I can do, and I've been through this sort of thing before. The most important thing is to know you've got someone to guard your back. Stick together. That's how we get through this. Oh yeah, I'm a real sentimental guy. You have to cherish these heartfelt moments together, right before you slaughter a whole bunch of stinking worm cultists. But seriously, pal, you want my help? You got it. Just say the word. Great! I'm right behind you, pal.
I'm ready. Get into position, friend. Wormblood should arrive at any moment.
I am here, and I brought Galerian.
It appears you brought some friends, too.
I will honor our agreement if you hand over the gift of death.
I'll get it for you. Right now!
Colored rooms! It worked!
Over here, Five Claw. We made it through.
The spell scattered worm cultists in all directions. Be careful.
Find Wormblood. He's in here somewhere.
What trickery is this? Order of the Black Worm, to arms!
Listen! Wormblood is here!
The gift is close. Summon the sarcophagus. We shall begin the ritual.
The plan worked! Now we just need to find Wormblood. A flesh Atronach? Faranor's work, to be sure.
Anyone here? It's Galarian! Gabrielle! I need help! Gabrielle? Where are you?
Vanis, we're here. You're safe now. You're not Vanis.
So easily fooled. A poisoned blade for you, dear Gabrielle. I'll take the gift of death now.
No, traitor. You won't! Asa.
Gabrielle! No!
Friend, I'm dying. I need you to do as I ask. Use the gift of death on me. We need to make sure Wormblood can't use it. And I know who to bring back.
Gabrielle, no! There must be another way.
This isn't the way I hoped things would go. Faranor's blade saw to that. But we have one more chance to defeat Wormblood. Stop him from bringing back Mannimarco. You have to use the gift of death. On me. No time. We know the gift of death requires a willing sacrifice. A soul for a soul. I'm willing. Hurry, friend. This is the only way to deny Wormblood the gift of death. Not this time, my friend. I'm dying. If we do nothing, Wormblood uses the gift to resurrect Mannimarco. I can't imagine what the Worm King could do with the power this new worm cult commands. Please, do as I ask.
Those fools done to the gift. Continue the ritual.
They need you.
Gabrielle? Wait, Gabrielle? Gabrielle sacrificed herself for me? Wait, this relic. It's a light of Meridia.
No! The gift is mine! Rise, Lord Mannimarco! Rise!
The worm cult? That's why Gabrielle called me back? All right, grab the light. Meridia, lend me your strength. You owe me. The ritual has reached a crucial stage. Make sure I am not interrupted. Wait! I am not the vessel! No!
Your body is mine now, Wormblood. Marco lives.
Come on, let's stop this bastard. Again.
Farinor, protect me while I restore my power. These Reapers should serve.
You fools! The King of Worms is back! You've already lost! No! Oh, you'll pay for that! Come to me, my servant! Behind me!
Farinor has fallen. No matter. My strength returns.
Here, the relic, the Light of Meridia. Trust me, use it on the Worm Cult's devices.
What have you done?
Meridia's champion has put an end to this madness.
Bah! You deny Marco at your own peril. When next we meet, you will pay for every insult, past and present.
Good riddance. Now, can someone tell me what exactly is going on here?
Darian Gautier? Is it really you?
I had a feeling those necromantic devices couldn't stand up to a Light of Meridia. What did Marco call them? Soul Reapers? Anyway, bet you're surprised to see me. Guess I am too. Gabrielle was here, but she's gone. What's going on? I don't understand. I was Meridia's weapon. Spent my life fighting Molag Bal and the Worm Cult. I'd gladly do it again. But I never would have wanted Gabrielle to give up her life for mine. Why did she do this? I see. That sounds like something Gabrielle would do. The gift of death. It was a corrupted light of Meridia. When you called upon it here in this realm, you purified it, restored it to its true form. But what was that about Wormblood? That's why he took off. Without his own body, Marco will need time to restore himself to his full power. But if he has more of those Soul Reapers, he won't have any shortage of power to pull from. At least we have a restored Light of Meridia. I just knew. Here, I'll carry the light. Meridia and her gifts can be dangerous. Marco's spirit possessed that cultist, so I know we've got problems. If Gabrielle wanted me to help, I'm in. Let's get out of here. It isn't as safe as you think.
Vanis Galerian's staff is safe with me. I did not think we should leave it behind. I will open a portal back to Sunport.
Thank you for the light, Sir Darian. Gabrielle left notes that may prove useful. Murmel is working on them now.
Brave Gabrielle. May her toes be forever warmed by the golden sands.
Over here, comrade. We have much to discuss.
Every battle takes its toll. All we can do is fight on and make sure victory was worth the cost. I suspect Prince Azar is already thinking on how to turn the events in the colored rooms to our advantage.
Not the victory we hoped for, Raz knows. Yet he thinks the worm cult is no happier with today's events than we are. Remind Prince Azar of that, Five Claw.
That didn't go the way I expected. I bet the worm cult didn't like it either. I'm glad you made sure Farinor has betrayed us for the last time. But losing Gabrielle... Gods, I'm going to miss her. Better check in with Prince Azar.
Do I understand this right? Someone put Prince Azar in charge of the Fighters Guild? Huh? How long have I been gone? Better talk to him, friend. I'm still getting my bearings.
I see troubled expressions. Yet most of Stirk's valiant heroes returned from the confrontation with the worm cult. A costly victory, then. Go on. Speak with Prince Azar. I will support whatever you decide to do next.
Even though Mannimarco has returned and escaped in the body of Wormblood, I consider this a victory. Gabrielle's sacrifice denied him the gift of death and gave us a weapon against the writhing wall. And we should remember that help is on the way. We were but a vanguard. Our soldiers held the line and prepared the way for a mightier army to come. The forces of the three alliances. The representatives all agreed that the threat is indeed dire and sent word to their leaders to send troops. As soon as the ships carrying them sail from Tamriel, yet numbers are but one step to our victory. Gabrielle's sacrifice brought us a powerful ally in Darien Gautier and the Light of Meridia, a mighty weapon against the worm cult's darkness. You saw what the light did to the cult's soul reapers. It freed the stolen soul energy in the blink of an eye and shattered the devices. Mannimarco was forced to retreat. The writhing wall consists of soul energy too, so our next step is clear. We must try. Vonis Galarian, the worm cult's new plane meld, Mannimarco himself, they are on the other side of the wall. You and Gabrielle gave us a way to breach it. All that remains is to make ready our assault. Thank you, my friend. No single act of justice can completely address the vile deeds of the worm cult. Yet at least some have faced judgment. You dealt with Farinor, and Wormblood caused his own doom. Next, we take this fight to Mannimarco, no matter where he hides. We make preparations to welcome the Alliance ships when they arrive, to ready camps for an assault on the writhing wall, and to gather the supplies we need to engage the worm cult in battle. This is far from over, comrade, and there is much to do. How else would their troops get here? We can't risk another portal mishap, and ships are more practical for transporting armies across the sea. Once we're ready, I intend to break through the wall and mount an all-out assault on Eastern Solstice.
Solstice thanks you all. You have sacrificed much on our behalf. I shall miss Gabrielle.
Gabrielle chose a good death. Her sacrifice will never be forgotten.
Grief is often the price of valor. All we can do is honor the choices of those who fell. Gabrielle would not want us to mourn over long, nor would Merrick at Azwala. They would want us to carry on with the fight. And we will not fight alone for much longer. Look to the sea, my friends. The three alliances will soon join our cause.
You and Prince Azar have proven yourselves friends to the people of Solstice. Gabrielle Benelay, too. While I grieve for her loss, her study of the gift of death may yet save many lives. Gabrielle and Murmel consulted old tomes in the palace library and examined the relic before you left for Broken Light Temple. I think she suspected the relic concealed a light of Meridia, a blessing from the bright lady in our hour of need. Meridia is one of the 3 queens my people revere. I believe she meant for her light to find its way to us, both in the form of her ancient relic and in the form of her golden knight. It means we will not face the coming battles alone.
It's strange to be back, especially since I don't really remember being gone. Anyway, I like what I've seen of this place so far. If Gabrielle thought Solstice was worth protecting, I'll do my best to see it through. I remember fighting my way through Cold Harbor. I felt like there was something I had to do, but I didn't know what it was until I saw the planar vortex. Then I realized it was time to release the light inside, that everything would be all right. I know, it sounds strange. It was always there, dormant until the moment was right. I think the light was waiting for me to carry it to the place it needed to go, to Cold Harbor. Would have been nice if Meridia had asked me first, though. Right. Meridia needed her light on Nirn again, I guess, which probably explains why I'm standing here now. Gabrielle called to me, but Meridia sent me back for a purpose. I just have no idea what it is. Probably know it when I see it, though. I hope.
I can't believe Darien Gautier's standing right over there. I thought he was lost forever in Cold Harbor. Then I heard my old drinking buddy was actually some kind of Knight of Meridia. Is he really the same Darien?
Sometimes victory or defeat is not easy to discern. Manimarco's return was the one thing we needed to stop at any cost. Still, I have hope. Perhaps Manimarco does not know as much as he thinks he does. If Manimarco has been in Cold Harbor since the fight at Sancretor, then I doubt he knows much about Darien Gautier, or what Darien can do with the light of Meridia. Which brings up the question of the gift of death. The spirit you met in Corelanya crypt said Wormblood needed the gift of death to gain full control over his source of power. But it is a light of Meridia again. That means full control over this power source may not be possible, even for Manimarco. I am not sure. Manimarco is brilliant. If there is another way to harness this power source, I fear he will find it. But I imagine things will be harder for him without the relic. At the very least, perhaps you have bought us some time.
This one finds it ironic that Wormblood's greed for the gift of death led to his undoing, and Ferinor's as well. A bitter consolation prize, perhaps. Yet, it is proof the worm cult can be beaten. But not the way they had planned. Manimarco isn't in his own body. He was forced to possess his underling, Wormblood. Raz assumes this means Manimarco is disoriented, unable to call upon his full power. We must use this time to our advantage, yes? His body lives, perhaps, but what remains of his soul? Did Manimarco extinguish it when he seized control of Wormblood? Or was it cast out to go where souls such as his go? In either case, Raz thinks Wormblood is no more.